Hey everybody, it's Sean Waters, and I'm really excited to introduce you to the Personal Philosophy Workshop. We want philosophy in this course to be personal, like our friends are personal, and like good education is personal, and like good counsel is personal. It's very difficult to give someone advice because that assumes that you know what they should do, when in many cases, we have no idea what other people should do, or even sometimes what we should do. Good philosophy or good study, a good education is one that is really rooted in our own experience, where we can explore the intricacies and subtleties of who we are and where we're going, find coherence in that identity with what we believe and what we do. This is a personal philosophy course in that it is not a history of philosophy in the West, and it's not a dry approach where we look at the fundamentals of the theory of reality or knowledge or art. Although we touch on those, the approach we really use here is how to use various philosophies as lenses or perspectives that we can see our own experience through. So we can kind of put on a philosophy like a pair of glasses, if you will, a framework that shows us or gives us a way to talk and think about what it means to be a human being, where we are as human beings, and what it means to reconnect or live a life that is truly worth examining. Each of these philosophies basically gives us a map and serves as a kind of guide to get us from where we are to where we could go. And interestingly, from a comparative perspective, they all take radically different perspectives on this question. Maybe not radically different, but different at least. This course is also global in scale, in the sense that we look at ancient and modern traditions, and we look at traditions in the West and in the East. I got my master's thesis in philosophy, or my master's degree. I did my master's thesis in philosophy of comparative religious studies, and I spent a long time studying Buddhist philosophy because I was amazed at how accurate the Buddha's analysis of our minds were. So I'm really excited to share a unit of Buddhism in this course. The personal philosophy course, we also explore ancient traditions in the West, starting with Aristotelianism and the idea of characters and habits of excellence, Stoicism and the ideas of getting really clear on what we can and cannot control and living accordingly, Epicureanism, which is the pursuit of the highest levels of pleasure using pragmatic experiments to help us identify what kinds of activities give us the highest pleasure. And so from the ancient Greek world, Aristotelianism, Stoicism, and Empiricism. In the ancient East world, and these traditions are still alive today, I should say, we look at Taoism and Buddhism, Buddhism being the system espoused by Siddhartha Gautama in the 6th century BC that moved up through China and Japan, where it became Zen Buddhism. We look at Taoism, which is a wonderful philosophy of harmony with nature and finding our own element and coming into contact with ourselves. And we look at Confucianism, which is a powerful model of understanding that our identity is embedded in social constructs and that we are who we are because of the relationships that we have. Then we look towards more modern philosophies of ethical altruism, where we look at what it means to serve other people, existentialism, pragmatism, and a little bonus unit on Cornel West's Christianity, because I love it so much. So this is a course where we explore 9 different philosophical viewpoints in 7 weeks. It's an accelerated learning course, kind of at the level of an upper division undergrad or entry-level graduate course. We are going to be doing some amount of reading, and there's opportunities for you to extend your study into any one philosophy that you find particularly compelling or helpful. That is Aristotelianism, Epicureanism, Stoicism, Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, ethical altruism, existentialism, and modern Christianity. I hope One of the ways we're going to talk about this is to think about how these perspectives and worldviews not only make us a more rounded individual that can appreciate the wide variety and diversity of thought in the human species, but also a way to give us more empowering views on our own experience. I am hoping that some of these philosophies will help us live better lives. In the world we live in today, where we have so many choices and so much information and are becoming more networked than ever before, and change is accelerating more rapidly than it ever has before, I believe it's really important to have a clear personal philosophy of what we think is important and why that matters. So we look at the big questions: who am I? What are we doing here? What's the purpose of life? And how can we truly live the best life possible? And we get a lot of really good answers to that question. So this course is designed for 3 different types of people, like the other wisdom workshops. It's designed to help people that are in transition or thinking about making a big change. I want to give you the tools to approach those decisions and changes with as much perspective as you possibly can, and make sure that we're even thinking about those decisions in as good of a way as we possibly can, solving our problems or finding better problems to solve that make some of our other problems go away. It's also about people that are interested in conscious development as a mode of practice and inquiry. And it's also for people that are interested in the development of interpersonal communication, listening, and writing skills. So this is a philosophy course the way I believe philosophy courses should be, rooted on our own explorations and participations inside of these traditions. And I'm so excited that you're here checking it out. If it seems like this is something interesting to you, go ahead and enroll. We'll get you the information and pre-registration information. And if the times work and you feel like making the commitment, we'd love to have you in one of our 7-week workshops. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy choosing your own personal philosophy.